The latest in video game news this week once again concerns CD Projekt Red, who had source codes for Cyberpunk 2077, The Witcher 3, an unreleased version of The Witcher 3, and Gwent the card game stolen and held at ransom. In a somewhat poorly written ransom note, the thieves demanded payment, to which CD Projekt Red refused. And a few days later, these source codes ended up at an auction on the dark web. What does this mean for the games industry? That's what we want to talk about this week on the Free Play Podcast.
You are listening to the Free Play Podcast with Bubba Stallcup, Matt Warmbier, and Kate Katawaki, part of the Love Thy Nerd podcast network.
Hey, what's up, nerds? My name is Bubba Stallcup for the first time in this episode, definitely not the second time. You're listening or watching the Free Play Podcast, part of the Love Thy Nerd podcast network, and joined with me are a couple of my co-hosts and co-founders here at LTN, Matt Warmbier.
Hello.
Howdy doody.
Howdy
and
doody.
Kate Katawaki.
Hello.
Sometimes you start a podcast, and it works the first time.
I was thinking to myself, like, I'm not going to interrupt him this time, because every week I interrupt you.
Either you? I haven't noticed.
I always
start to tune out at that point.
Absolutely, he does.
I was thinking,
Absolutely,
I'm not going to do it, and this one was on you, Bubba. I needed to interrupt you.
They usually are. I mean, like, if we're being real,
the greater good to interrupt him.
Mm-hmm.
So here's the deal. I think I know what happened. We tried to start this podcast for those of you that are listening on Spotify or Google Podcast or LTN Radio. We tried to start this podcast, and my voice wasn't coming through.
Allegedly.
Last night, the power went out here, and I mean, like, went all the way out. I'm trying to play Call of Duty Warzone with my brother, and it's like midnight, like 12:08, no big deal, right? Like barely even tomorrow yet. Maybe past your bedtime. That's my sweet spot for gaming.
Was your phone charged?
Oh yeah, yeah. It was charged enough for me to use it as a flashlight and then watch dry bar comedy before I went to bed.
So how does that have anything to do with the fact that when you went to introduce yourself, it didn't work?
Great question. So
bring it on. It's gonna come back here. Don't worry.
Yeah. So power goes.
Really
all the way out, completely all the way out, and then it comes back up, and my computer starts again, and then it goes back down, and then it comes back up. My computer starts again. It goes back down. I think that all the snip, snap, snip is it threw my computer into a little snafu. So
okay, I see.
So
the snip.
So the power's back on. Obviously, when did it come back on?
Let's just examine that question for a second. You're asking me if my power came back on.
No, I said your power is back on, obviously. What time did it come on? Yeah, oh my gosh. I was in a good mood before this.
What time exactly? You know, this has started to be like last week where Bubba said that we asked him a question or said something differently.
You did.
Than it actually came across. And Matt and I were right. That's why I put that.
No,
clip
you were not. You clipped the wrong part of the show.
I clipped the best part of the show.
But this is propaganda, is what this is. No. This is melandering and slandering, and I won't stand for it.
Well, then you shouldn't have gone to the bathroom.
Well, you're probably not wrong. I hereby declare I will never go to the bathroom ever again.
There you go.
What was your question?
It's done. What time exactly did your power return?
Yeah, so the power went out, like I said, about midnight. It didn't come back until almost 5. Like, it was out for a long time.
Boy.
Do you guys see what I have to deal with?
Well, that's good. So we took our van to get a trailer hitch put on it today so we can take our camper out.
Okay.
And we had just gotten a ton of ice a couple days ago, and it hadn't melted still. So I went out and started scraping the windows, and I swear to you, there was a ½ inch of ice on the windshields. It took forever. Forever. I turned the car and the van on, because we had to drive both. It just took so long. That's all. That's my story. The end.
I pity you, but I also don't know that struggle.
You don't. And let me tell you, if you ever get a giant van, make sure you get a giant ice scraper, because using the little baby one, trying to scrape off a windshield that is above your head, it's not fun.
What if I drive a Prius?
You're probably okay.
Then you are Andy Bernard.
I have the same Prius as Andy Bernard. I'm pretty sure it's the same color.
Yeah, so we got ice too, Matt. That was the whole thing. That's why our power went out. Is the best we can figure is that the power lines got real. It was sleeting here, so the power lines got really heavy, and then just.
Again,
dude,
I don't
lost
know what that is.
Cell service.
Whoa!
Like it took out the power of the cell tower that's right near my house.
What is this? Like 1999?
Yeah, it was freaking bananagrams crazy. Like I didn't like it. I really just wanted to get back on and finish playing my game, if I'm being real. I thought somebody had lost control of their car and hit a pole. Like that's what I thought.
It's possible.
That seemed the most plausible explanation to me, given the fact that nobody in Texas knows how to drive in any kind of weather, period.
That's surprising.
Yeah. Well, we don't really get a whole lot of
Well,
weather, seasons, and stuff like that.
Sometimes the power goes out at my house because a goose ran into the power line.
I'm sorry, what?
That's happened so many times, and it makes a big like boom, and I'm like,
I think
scares
it was
the crap out of
prey.
me.
It was the bird of prey.
Then no, it's not, because I find him dead the next day laying there, and it's like,
the
Kid,
bird
you
of
tell
prey
me-
threw him in there.
Hey, was this the mystery you were trying to solve?
no. But I did solve that mystery, the bird
Oh, okay.
mystery. And it is a bird of prey, and it is a falcon, as someone in the chat correctly identified based on my vague description, based on them looking at cards and wingspan.
Okay.
What?
They guessed
You know
the
some of
bird.
those cards are wrong though, right?
Well, in this case, it was right, so.
Okay. How many times has this happened?
A lot. It's like the most frequent cause
You
for
sure
power
it's not
outage at my house.
It's sure it's not like a wildfire or something that does it.
No, it's a goose, because then when I take my dog on a walk, I see a huge goose laying there directly
No.
underneath the power line, and Steven's like, oh yeah,
We
I got
goose
called
again.
out last night because a goose flew into the wire.
Typical.
Doesn't
It's
he
really
work with
sad.
water?
We shouldn't be laughing. It's really sad. Like, they don't know.
Doesn't he work with water?
Did you drown him?
Yeah,
guess
but then
gooses,
if the power
geese
goes out at our
fly in
house,
water.
that means the power is out at the plant, and that's bad for the water.
Don't they have generators?
Yeah,
Well, the
but you
gooses
still have to be
fly into
careful,
those
because
too.
Yeah.
the goose is going to come for that as well.
You're dead. You're all dead. Where are we?
You
So that's a sad turn to the story.
is it though? I don't know. I'm
I don't
okay with
know, but then I look at all their feathers everywhere, and that's prime like feathers for pillows.
You're
And I've said
right.
to Steven, should we pick them up?
Yes.
it. Well, that's a partially cooked goose at that point.
Pluck
You
'em.
take
Well,
it
the
home
feathers at that point are separated, so it's like I just gather them up off the ground and put
Why
them in
haven't
a
you been doing
bag.
this?
I don't know, because it feels weird.
Okay.
Like, do I then just put it in my pillow?
Yeah, you just rub your face on it.
and then you eat the goose.
I wouldn't want to eat that.
Why? I'm serious.
I don't
It's like partially cooked
Yeah.
because it ran
Well,
power lines.
I'll send you some next time.
Yeah, put
Thank
it in the
you,
mail.
yeah.
I'd love to.
I'll take a picture.
My
Make sure
kids
you get the
love finding
insurance on it, though.
feathers and skulls and turtle shells and stuff. They were
Me
on our
too.
front porch, but we took them down because we didn't want to scare people that might want to buy the house. So, oh, what
With
is
a bunch of
that?
skulls and the.
What is that? A squirrel skull, or maybe a possum? I don't know. Oh, look at that
Dude,
turtle shell that has.
Here's
no
what
turtle
you
in it.
do, because basically no, right? We know who's buying your house. Have we confirmed that?
It's not confirmed yet. No.
Maybe ish. If they do end up buying your house, you hide those skulls. Yes. Like put them in the attic, like in the weirdest spot.
Oh,
Ew,
I
put them
like
in
it.
like the bowl or the thing behind the toilet that has all the water in it. So that when there's a toilet
that's a
problem,
good
they have
one,
to
too.
lift it up, and
We have
there's
a weird
dead.
one. I don't know if it has that water thing in there. We have like the two.
Oh, that's right,
we have the
tankless, yeah.
the two button pusher.
Oh, you can still do it.
Yeah, okay. I'll let you all know.
You
The
know, like you
intro
watch those.
of this show, I don't know. What
It's
are we
perfect.
doing?
You watch those movies and people, or like even like the Geico commercial or whatever, like they go up into the attic of this brand new house and it has like all these creepy things and like the dolls and maybe like a table with a burnt candle on it.
Yep.
Set it up, Matt.
Okay. Great.
You want to sell the house or you don't want to sell the house?
You're right. I do. Anybody want to buy a
yeah.
creepy, not haunted
You got
house?
Definitely, probably 60%
sure?
not haunted.
It doesn't sound like you think it's not haunted.
It's not
Well,
haunted
yet. It's not haunted yet.
Mm-hmm. You got to bring him in. Oh, how embarrassing. Is that you, Kate?
No.
Me?
How embarrassing.
Hey, it's great to hang out with you both. What a day,
Honestly, I miss you guys. I do.
I miss you too.
Like
I have been
Matt-
looking forward to this. I won't lie.
Matt and I, we talk frequently, but it's usually about things that are not like this. Like this week we've been
Dead
talking
things
about
and power outages. You guys don't talk about that.
things not nearly this fun. How about that? How about that?
Yeah.
Kate, what have you been up to this week?
Today's Friday. I went to my chiropractor a couple more times.
And
Things are looking good.
how you feeling?
I feel good.
I think I need
A little
to go
bit
back,
sore
Kate.
from doing the stretches he told me I had to do, and I'm like, this is hurting me. And he's like, good. And I'm like, oh.
Sadist, yeah.
Let's see. Good news. I am killing it in this class. I'm halfway through. Got a 94% on the test. I'd say I don't want to brag, but I do because
Because here we are.
I did a lot of work to get a good grade.
Round of applause, everyone. All at the same time, please. When you're listening to this,
So
just start clapping.
Thank you, everyone. I'm excited because once this class is done in March, that reminds me, I'm not going to be here one Friday.
Which one?
So you guys are going to have to pull it together.
one?
I don't know. I forget the date, but I won't be here.
Well,
I'll be in the desert making videos for you.
right.
Vlogs.
You're going to be gone a long time. March, maybe, right? Is that what
It's
you said?
in March, yeah.
okay.
Is this your
So-
celebratory trip or?
Yeah, and I
Gotta
told
get
Matt I
ready.
would make videos for him of old things.
I remember.
while I'm
You
away.
remember what I want? A Prince Albert can. I want one.
Yes.
Find me one, okay?
Look at Bubba's face.
He doesn't know what we're talking about.
Hey guys, it's just a pleasure to be nominated. Sometimes I just happen
No,
to be here.
they throw like all the people, miners, used to just
The
like
miners.
they would smoke or chew, and Prince
Minors,
Albert was
not minors. Got it.
the Prince Albert was the brand of choice. So you can find a lot of Prince Albert.
He's always in the
cans, right out there. So
He's not.
what people used to do is they take these Prince Albert cans and they'd stuff the deed for the land in this can, and then kind of put it between two properties. So if you came to it, you'd be like, oh, who owns this land? And it was probably a copy of the deed. So find me one, Kate. I want the land.
Okay, I'll work really hard.
That isn't
What?
me.
To
Who's
find something.
binging?
I don't know, but you need to turn it off because this is
Matt,
a
it
cringy
is
look
you.
right now. For the
My
Free
phone
Play
is
podcast, we're all about
100%
professionalism
off.
here.
It's,
Did
I-
you
know
have a
what?
notification just then?
No, I did not. That was Twitch saying, hey, go live.
What?
You live or not?
I think Aaron's phone's in here.
Maybe. Well, you had all the
Well-
chargers earlier, so.
Welcome to
proximity
the Free
thing.
Play podcast.
Great.
It's fine.
Well, hey, as Matt figures out what's going down with those ding dings, we are going to take a short break. So don't go anywhere, and we'll be right back with more of the Free Play podcast.
What up, nerd? Thank you for listening to this podcast from the Love Thy Nerd Podcast Network. We hope you're enjoying it. But hey, did you know that Love Thy Nerd airs almost all of its podcasts first on LTN Radio? That's right. LTN Radio is your home for the best Christian rock, rap, pop, and indie music. And it's also the place to go to hear Love Thy Nerd's content before it reaches the podcast feed. In addition to that, Love Thy Nerd creates a lot of content that's exclusive to LTN Radio that you're missing out on. So go check out ltnonair.com and listen for yourself. You can also download the Live 365 app on your smartphone and search and favorite LTN Radio, or enable the LTN Radio skill on your Echo devices and simply ask Alexa to play Love Thy Nerd. Now let's get you back to that podcast.
Well, hey there, and welcome back to the Free Play podcast. Once again, my name is Bubba, joined with Matt and Kate. We're a couple of the founders here at Love Thy Nerd, and we want to start off this section by talking about some of the things that we've been playing, watching, reading, all the stuff in the nerd sphere. Nerddom, nerdy realm, as it were.
Yeah.
And
That
I figured
works.
we'd switch things up and start with Kate. Kate, what have you been
Oh, thank you. This is a shock and a
experiencing.
surprise.
Yeah.
Well, I played Spider-Man, Miles Morales. Last week, Bubba, you asked me if it felt like a game or a DLC, and I said definitely a game.
I can't believe
And I'll
Bubba
tell
hasn't played
you,
it.
I know. He didn't finish the other one, though, so...
Oh, I absolutely did.
You're not.
Oh, you did?
Oh, you did.
Absolutely did. Yeah.
Okay, well,
Are
congratulations.
you not a real
You should-
Spider-Man fan?
I'm a spider boy. They said see you later boy.
There it
Okay,
is.
I just
Okay.
have a lot of other things
He
to
wasn't
play.
good enough.
Okay, well, just consider this one when you're thinking of a game. It definitely felt like a very robust,
Yeah.
full.
Oh, right.
game
You finished it.
called-
Yep, you finished it.
I finished it, yeah.
Right, you told me that.
So just shorter than the other game, as everyone knows.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of. But I had the best time,
Mm,
like the best time.
I thought, honestly, it was a shorter game. And that's, it's not a surprise. Everyone knows that. But I feel like for a shorter game, there was still a lot to it.
Yes. There was so much to do and so much to see. And I didn't feel like one thing that was really great about the other Spider-Man game was how like Marvel movie it was and all like the boss fights, all the combat. And it definitely still brought that even to this game. So I didn't feel ripped off
Right.
that I paid whatever for a shorter game. Not at all. It was definitely worth it. And it sets it up really nicely to play it again to get all the new game plus stuff, get that platinum trophy. Like it's not a big ask to play it again.
You can do it?
I will.
So proud.
But I'm not going to do it like you did it.
3 other games to play first.
I need some time in between to really think about it and play something else and then come back. But I do have plans to come back to it for sure.
Yeah, I think that I think that you should probably just play through now while it's hot and fresh.
I don't want to.
Well, none taken. All right.
I'm in. Actually, this is not even. Anyways, I looked at the soundtrack because I was just curious. Did you know that Lecrae does? I didn't know that, and I looked at it. And I'm like, what the heck is this?
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
You never see stuff like that.
Yeah, Lecrae's getting it, man. He's all over the place.
I was really surprised because in the game, I'm like, this song's dope. Like, I really like this vibe of like New York and like Harlem and Spider-Man Miles Morales. And then I looked and saw it was Lecrae, and I was like, all right. I don't think I'm not like looking down on him or anything like that. I was just surprised because you don't normally see stuff like that.
Yeah.
It was like when the David Crowder song was in that trailer for that one super violent game. I forget what it's called. It's the same thing.
Start from the top. What game are you talking about?
I told you. I don't remember what it's called.
I don't know that one.
But just give me the first 12 letters and I'll go from there.
David Crowder song in video game trailer. Killing Floor 2. There it is.
Killing Floor?
Killing Floor 2.
2.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Killing Floor
Electric
2.
Boogaloo.
Look up the trailer. You'll hear some good David Crowder.
What song?
Nice.
Uh,
Go Tell It on the
It's
Mountain.
called, wait, I don't know. I'm stressed right now.
Yeah, we're all
Jesus is a friend
watching.
of mine.
We're all
Yeah.
watching.
I don't know. Just look it up and then type in a couple of the words plus David Crowder and it'll show up for you. Anyways.
I'll do
I
it.
cannot wait to waste the
Get
rest of my day
Spider-Man
figuring
if
that
you
out.
haven't gotten it. Get Spider-Man Miles Morales if you haven't gotten that. It's worth the money. It's super fun.
Uh-huh.
I played the other day for like an hour straight.
Run Devil Run. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
that's the name of the song.
Okay,
So
yeah, that checks out.
I played Spider-Man for about an hour. It was a jam-packed hour. Like a lot of stuff happened story-wise. Steven was sitting on the couch the whole time. He looks up at the end of the hour and he's like, so who's that? And I'm like, are you...
Was it Miles Morales?
No, it wasn't. It was someone else. And I'm like, you've been in the same room as me. I saw you look up a couple times.
Who knows
He's like,
who it
oh,
is?
I was looking at my iPad. I'm like, okay, well, I don't know.
Did he lean over and say, "Who are you?"
Yeah. What is this?
Yeah.
He was like, I wasn't looking at everything that you did. I'm like, I can't go back and explain the past hour.
Just give him the transcript. Yeah, just tell him to look it up online. You know, what I really hope with that game, and I was telling you, Kate, is I hope in the next installment, it's Spider-Men, and you can be either Peter or Miles. It's one story, like, end goal, but if you choose Peter, you kind of go this route, and the stories kind of overlap, and you run into each other, and you're kind of like working together, but you won't get the full story unless you play through the game twice, like as each character. Make it happen.
Isn't he
And
like on
Bubba-
vacation or something? Like,
Well, I don't want to spoil it. He's doing something.
No spoilers, but Bubba, at the end of this one, they make it very clear there will be another one.
I think I saw that when Matt beat it. I'm having a hard time remembering what the actual ending of the game is, but I had a.
This is not surprising
Well, he
news
won.
to you.
He won. So.
No. Yeah.
Remember he won?
He was a winner. Hey, Kate, you were playing not just Spider-Man.
No, I wasn't. I was also playing this game that Chris Waltney really recommended that I get, that I wasn't going to get, called Immortals Phoenix Rising.
He keeps telling me to get that too. I have to keep telling him to get lost.
Okay, so when I was playing it, no.
I don't think so.
When I was playing it, I did think of the two of you. Bubba would probably pick it up, play it for like 15 hours, and then not finish it. Matt, you would
If
probably
somebody wants to
finish
gift it to me, I'll play it.
Well,
it's not a game that I'm going to spend my money on.
No. Well, you don't know that yet because I haven't given you my full review.
Oh, right.
Okay,
But-
that's what I'm waiting for. Yeah. Sorry, I jumped the gun.
It
as
is
you were.
freaking hilarious. This game is freaking funny. I was like dying laughing, like ha ha ha, like that kind of laughing.
Like a real laugh. Okay. Wow.
A real laugh, like at the narration, at the stuff. Even Steven thought it was funny.
When Steven doesn't think anything's funny ever, so.
No.
Well, he walked in the room and he saw
Who's that
my
guy?
little character
Right.
falling into the water, and he was like, "Ha, she's scared," because my little person was like, "Ah!" But it's a really funny game. It's goofy. The world's pretty cool. It's like a kind of a lot of people are comparing it to Breath of the Wild and
Right.
like the way it's stylized.
Okay.
There are some things I'm like, okay, you think it's Breath of the Wild because the stamina bar looks similar because there's a stamina bar that's right there.
Do you have to climb?
Yes,
Oh, it's Breath of the Wild then, yeah.
and fly
Oh, and glide?
Same.
and glide.
Okay.
Are we
But
flying or are
it's
we
like-
gliding?
How many Triforces are there?
I haven't seen any yet,
Too many.
but I'll let you know.
It's a quad force. It's a little different. You wouldn't
The
get it.
puzzles
Well,
too are super
so-
Breath of the Wildy, but
The
but I like it.
Triforce is not try. It wasn't originally try. It was a couple more. I think it was 4 pieces.
Well, it is 4 if you count the black triangle in the middle.
But
No.
that's math,
I-
yeah.
Yeah, like the pieces that you had to collect. It wasn't 3 pieces. You have to go
Well,
back and look at it.
anyways,
I don't believe
so far
you.
I haven't seen that in this
That's fine.
game, but it's
Just,
really
just
Greek.
think about a triangle and how triangles work, and it can't be 3.
It's really Greek mythology. It's very.
Or you did diamond cutter? We're doing
Well,
the diamond
it's
cutter.
a triangle cutter.
This is so dumb.
Bang! Kate, what does any of this have to do
I
with
hate
Phoenix
this.
Rising?
That's on you. I was still talking about it. It's Greek mythology, funny, just really funny.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
So I just started it. I don't have that much time in it. So
I'm really proud of you.
we'll see.
So what are you?
It's-
You're like 80 hours in.
No. I have no idea how many. But I hope to finish this one, which I didn't finish Breath of the Wild, but
I can't believe
I
that.
just can't even believe that.
I mean, like, A, it's a great game.
No, that's-
like, freaking-tastic game. B, how did you not finish that game?
You're Kate Katawaki. I beat a
I
game a
just
week.
didn't finish it. I didn't finish it.
Catherine, I beat 1 game a week. Katawaki.
Anyways, Matt, what have you been
Katawaki.
playing?
I don't even want to tell you anymore.
Well, you have to.
It's nothing new compared to the week before. I'm still in the Southwest in Fallout New Vegas. I'm chipping along. I've been doing way too many side quests. I need to stop it. I just need to stop it. Like
No.
the
seem
side
to
quests in
enjoy
that
it.
game. The side quests in that game are almost never ending. But I hear myself talking. What is happening here?
I also hear you.
No,
for what it's
I
worth.
heard someone else talking in my own voice. The frustrating thing, because I'm playing, it's a PS3 game, right? But I'm playing it on PlayStation
Yeah.
now, and I found that there's still a lot of glitches in that game. So there's one mission, it's a side quest where I need to go and help out these NCR troops. They're just like this ragtag group, and like they don't do anything right. So I need to go there, and first I needed to like direct them how to shoot. And it's the slowest walking characters I have ever experienced in a game. Like, and like, they're just like, hey, do you want to go do this? And you're like, yeah, sure we do. And like, I run up to the spot and I just wait and I watch them. And like, they're like, yeah, I guess we can go over here or something. So like, I think that there are supposed to be 5 of them. I think, okay. There might only be 4. I can't remember. I was able to teach them guns. and like they're better at guns, and then
Teach them guns.
teach them guns, like, teach them
Like
how
a
to shoot
Matrix
guns.
thing?
You
Now
guys,
I know
you guys
what
like
that
guns?
means.
I got guns. So I was able to teach them how to shoot their guns the proper way, and they felt like they're, they saw some improvement. And then they're like, you know what, we need to learn explosives. And I wasn't ready to teach them explosives because my explosive rating was very low. So I was like, okay, let me go find some magazines to read and like up my explosion.
I gotta go watch
knowledge.
some YouTube videos.
Yeah,
I'll
up
be
my explosion
right back.
knowledge. So I went and I leveled up. I upped that. I found some magazines and I went back to the spot, chatted with her. She's like, "Oh, you ready to teach us now?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's go." Again, I walk up there. They take forever to get up there because they have to line up in just a certain way. And like they finally line up, and I'm like, "Okay, let's start this." So I talked to her, and she's like, "Just give me the NPC like same five lines. Yeah, the same 5 lines. I cannot get her to continue onto explosions. She just like, oh, you'd be a general if you stayed with the NCR. You the only thing good about this is this like same 5 lines, and she will not continue the story. So I was like, okay, well maybe I need to talk to one of her people. Maybe I'm missing someone. So I talked to the next person. This same 5 lines as the lady gave me. Like, they will not get out of this loop. All 4 of these people are stuck in this loop of giving me the same 5 lines. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe one of them is stuck somewhere in this little tent city. So I'm like roaming around the streets, going in the tents. I'm like, what is going on here? Well, I kind of want to shoot them just to see what happens. So I was like, okay. What I'll do is I'll leave this quest. I'll come back. They'll be, milling about, and I'll like hopefully start over. They have been waiting on that hill
Oh my
for
gosh.
a week of real time. In-game time, they've probably been on that hill for close to a month. Just standing there and standing there. And I'm
they're
so
soldiers.
angry. They're soldiers. I told them to add ease,
hold
and
the
they
line,
wouldn't
yeah.
do it. They wouldn't add ease it.
Well, if you had stayed, you would have been a general, but you didn't, so you're
Yeah,
not.
that's it.
So
That's what she's trying to tell me. Like, if you
they only
stay,
listen to the real dad.
you're dead.
Is so. I don't even know.
I can't
Fallout's
finish the
super
side
buggy.
quest. I can't finish the side quest because they won't do anything. I don't want
Is
to.
that going to affect anything else for you,
No,
like bigger picture,
Not
or it's
really.
just a side
I just want
quest that's-
experience. I want to level up more, and like it was an
Yeah.
extremely easy quest, and they just won't. They won't get in line the proper way. They won't.
Not gonna happen. You're living a pipe dream, there, friend.
I'm
Just
mad.
not-
Well, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's gonna be fine. Maybe one day they'll snap out of it. They're like in a coma or something. I don't know. I was able to play the next. Aaron and I started playing the Charms and Potions expansion for Hogwarts Battle, which every expansion and every box you open is just adding more and more. So now like we're working on like collecting ingredients to make potions, and the potions do stuff in the game. So it's just like I'm really enjoying all the extra stuff they kind of like have been adding with each expansion, like making it a little bit more difficult, more things to think about. Because Bubba, have you played more than one game? Or are you still in book one?
No, we've all, well. So here's the deal. Anna, she pointed this out. She's like, "This is not book 1. This is like books 1 through 3-ish,
Right.
Maybe 1 through 2, depending on what you really want." But we've played that first scenario a couple of times because we got young kids, and we need to teach them the mechanics before we move on to anything else.
Right. Well,
But no, we haven't played more than that one.
when you get through it, you'll enjoy it. They add, it makes it definitely harder. Like you have other things you have to worry about.
I'm here for it, man. I think that's a fantastic game.
Yep. Yeah. So we played that. We just finished the second one of the newest box. 2 more to go. The stack of cards you end up with, like legit, like it's probably 6 inches of like cards for the Hogwarts cards you can buy at this point. There's way too many. You'll never see the same ones when you're playing.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Well, that's kind of exciting because I get kind of bored even in just that first game of seeing the same.
You're adding more
Wingardium
cards every
Leviosa.
box. Yeah, so many cards. But it's worth
Okay,
it. I
well,
love
that's
it.
good to know.
Yeah, make it happen tonight. Tonight's the night. Well, tomorrow's the
Well,
night.
I mean, I got a stream tonight,
Right.
but
Tomorrow's the
maybe in between.
Okay.
Maybe in between.
Oh.
We'll play some games.
What have you been playing, Bubby?
I've gotten in the habit. I've been telling you guys of playing almost every night. it used to be I would play a lot during the day and then I wouldn't play at night, or I would play a lot during the day and then play at night. I have been playing a lot with my brother lately, and been playing a lot of Call of Duty. We played Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Zombies, the new map, Firebase Z. It's legit. Like, that is such a fun map to play. If anybody, listeners, watchers, you guys, if you've not played a shooter in a while, that's the one to get in on. Like, it's just, it's fun. It's just a legit fun. The special weapon that you build is, there are 4 different ways for you to get it, which normally there were only like 1 or 2, and it was super random. This one, you can kind of force it. So it makes it a lot more bearable. But we played, I introduced them to the concept of the Easter egg, and if nobody's familiar with how that works in Zombies, there's a puzzle or a set of puzzles to solve in the game. And with that comes like a whole extension to the storyline. It's great. It's fun. My brother's brother-in-law, he even said, he's like, this is so much better when you know that like there's something going on behind it. You're not just running around in circles shooting zombies.
Interesting.
I was like, yeah. So long story short, we played trying to do the Easter egg with people who've never done that before. We played for hours in one game. I mean, hours. I think we got to like level 30 or something like that. And one of us had like, I don't know, like 40 something downs. So like you get knocked down by the zombies, your people can come and revive you. He went down 40 something times, which is a lot.
Rookie
in that
numbers
game.
for me. Oh,
yeah, you gotta pump those numbers up. But it was just so much fun to just sit there and play that game. And literally, my brother and my niece, they were like, "I'm getting tired.
You just buck up. We're doing this."
There, she was like, "My head's starting to hurt. My stomach's starting to hurt." You know, like,
gotta stop eating those flaming hot Cheetos.
Or eat more. Like,
or
you
eat more.
create a base there.
Yeah, you really do. Yep.
Oh my god!
You gotta train your body.
Do a lot of games have that? Because I know that Battlefront 2, the Star Wars game, they have kind of the same thing. Like you do, it's not like you're adding
like
more
missions?
story. Like while you're in like one of your shooter matches, you can go around and like either like shoot certain items in the level, and if you do it in the right order, you'll unlock like another character or another skin you can use later on.
Oh, so that's interesting because like as far as I can tell, it has nothing to do with like unlocking things.
Okay.
Like you don't get another person or another gun or whatever, but you can unlock all that crap inside of Call of Duty Black Ops Zombies. This is like you're progressing the story along so that you can at the end fight this big monster. Like that's what it is.
What's his name?
And you're having to like run back
Scary.
and forth. Jimothy.
I hate Jimothy.
Yeah, it's the same one in every game, right? So it's like that's something that we've been doing a lot of. I've been playing Destiny 2. I haven't talked about Destiny 2 like in a while.
You haven't mentioned it, but I know it's there.
Well, because the new one just expands.
The new season just dropped. And so here we are with the new season, and I love it. It's fun. I like the stuff that they've changed. I won't bore you guys with all the details, but I actually got into a raid with Frost and guys from the Haste clan, and we did the old raid. I say the old raid. It's the newest raid. But we did the raid.
Old raid, yeah.
Yeah, ye old raid. And it was fun. Like it was good to get back into it. I had to play on Xbox, and I say that because I really prefer playing on PC.
Was it gross?
Oh.
No, it was fine. It was fine.
I'm surprised.
It took me getting used to the buttons.
I'm surprised
again.
Why?
Because they're different.
Why are you surprised?
I'm like, I wouldn't have pegged him for a PC master race.
Well,
I'm a PC bro,
I'm a Mac.
His eyes have been opened.
Like I have this gaming rig now, and I can play games on it, but I don't prefer it.
You should.
Well,
you should.
You're not my
Well,
dad.
you also have a PS5, and so it's.
You also have an Xbox Series X.
I know.
Well,
but like,
I
most
don't have
games,
either of those. It's fine.
Kate, just.
I'm happy with what I have. I don't need it.
Go to the store and get one.
I don't want to.
Kate, just do it, okay?
The games that I have on my Xbox, I can play most of them on my PC. And like again, we've talked about this 100 times. If you don't have one, I recommend getting the other. but I have an Xbox and a PC. And so like the games that I can play on the Xbox, that I can only play on the Xbox, I will. But games that I can play on the PC, I want to play them there. The reason I play Destiny on the Xbox is because the guys that were playing on Xbox, and cross-platform play is not unlocked yet.
So you wanted to be one of the guys playing on Xbox together?
You know me. I'm a communal gamer. I don't
FOMO,
really enjoy playing
like
games by myself.
The FOMO.
Wow.
So,
ouch.
It's true. Like he doesn't even know.
That's okay.
I know.
It's a blessing and a curse.
But that's me. That's what I've been doing. I watched, Matt. Again, we just have to talk and just bring it up. We watched WandaVision. Okay, we're squarely in the 90s now, and that's not a spoiler.
Well, maybe.
Am I born yet in the episode?
Maybe.
I think
it may have been early 2000s based on the intro.
You think they went that far? Talk about it in the Discord.
I won't say, but
!Discord. Interesting. We'll see where they go next week. I'm in. I love it. I think this is great.
100%.
It's a fantastic show. If you're not watching WandaVision, we just highly recommend it. Go ahead and take care of that. And I will say this. Speaking to that, I think I said you have like 3 or 4 days. I don't remember exactly what it was. Matt, you can make the initial or the final call on that. But for spoilers after WandaVision hits, because whether it's 4 days or a week or whatever it is, that's going to be up to you guys. But it is on a streaming platform that you can get. And so if you don't get it, you don't get it. We're not going to hold off on spoilers for months and all that stuff.
Years, decades.
Yeah, we'll talk about it next year.
If you want to talk about it immediately, head on over to our Discord server, !Discord in the chat, and you're going to want to go to the gain access portion and click on the Marvel spoilers area. And then you'll have access to that. And those nerds, I had to mute it this morning because
you
guys watched it. But yeah, you guys watched it before I got up.
I sent my kids back to bed. I was like, you can't be out here. I've got to watch this.
This is daddy's time.
Yeah.
Daddy time.
No, Aaron and I were watching it. We woke up a
Mommy,
little bit
daddy
later.
time. Yeah.
Go, get out of here. Go back to bed.
But hey, we want to know what are some of the things that you've been watching? What are some of the things that you've been reading, experiencing? We got a new, I say a new podcast. We relaunched our book club podcast this past week. And so go check that out over on our website, lovethynerd.com. Or if you're in Discord, it shows up right there in the podcast section every time we drop an episode. But we want to experience and help you guys dive into different areas of nerd culture that you may or may not know about. So head on over to lovethynerd.com. Check out all the cool stuff that we have, !LTN in the chat here if you want to go straight to that. But we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we're gonna talk about something that's happening in the games industry with one of our favorite publishers, and kind of see where that is gonna go. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with more of the Free Play podcast.
This week in Nerd History, The Ghost Who Walks. Nerd History. Created by Lee Falk a full 2 years before Superman would debut, the first superhero was the Phantom. He debuted in his own newspaper comic strip on February 17th, 1936. It recounted the adventures of Kit Walker, who donned a mask and purple outfit to become the Phantom, also known as the Ghost Who Walks. The character's whited-out eyes with no visible pupils became a feature of many later superheroes, including Batman, Green Lantern, and Green Arrow. The Phantom was made into a feature film in 1996, starring Billy Zane. Sadly, it was a commercial flop with a budget of $42 million. It only was able to rake in $17.3 million at the box office. One reviewer called it the ghost who puts us to sleep. Yikes. I'm Radio Matt. See you next time for more Nerd History.
What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the Free Play podcast. Once again, I'm Bubba, joined with Matt and Kate of Love Thy Nerd, a couple of founders here. In this segment, our main segment, we want to talk to you about theft and stealing.
Bigger than that.
And
Even
ransom
bigger
notes.
than that. Ransom.
Ransom.
Yeah.
Insert the Law and Order noise in there. Dun, dun.
Oh, dang, I missed it.
Do.
I'm the sound effects guy. I'm sorry. I was not ready for that.
You didn't. Okay, we'll just get ready to do it at another time, just whenever you want.
This week, CD Projekt Red lost everything.
They lost something very valuable to them.
Yeah, all of the source code for Cyberpunk 2077, The Witcher 3, an unreleased version of The Witcher 3.
Yes.
Unreleased version of The Witcher 3?
Here's
yeah.
Wouldn't that be The Witcher 4?
No, it would not, because they're saying
nice
that
try.
They're saying that it could be the what's it called, updated version for PS5.
Oh,
well, no one has PS5.
HD me, bro. Well, you.
Except me.
Well, that's what happened.
Matt,
so
you're people too. Okay.
At the beginning of this week, I saw this story about the source codes for these major games being stolen and held for ransom, and I was like, haha, that's interesting. I wasn't sure how it was going to unfold because
she didn't give
CD
it a full
Projekt
laugh.
Red,
Yeah, I can tell.
Well, CD Projekt Red was like, we're not going to pay a ransom for it. Basically, like, we're not going to negotiate terrorists.
You don't negotiate with terrorists or children.
And well, speaking of that, it's like how did they know it was? How do they know that it was held for ransom?
They took a photo and it had a gun. And they're like, you give us some money
to a hard drive.
It had nothing to do with a gun. It had to do with a. I'm gonna read it to you.
Okay, I'm listening.
Wait. No, Matt. Let's guess first.
Okay.
Let's turn it into a game.
They took a magazine, they cut out the letters, and they put it on there. If you ever want to see your data alive again,
your Witcher again.
If you ever want to see your unreleased Witcher 3 again, you will send us $1 million.
In Bitcoin,
and then they did heart.
That's
heart
exactly.
Emotion.
Yep, and they did.
Dumpster fire.
Thieves.
That's exactly it. So I don't need to read the letter because you got it.
It was us.
No, I'm reading the letter.
No, we didn't do it.
You didn't get it at all. So
it's scary close, Matt. Was it you?
So
You're a
somehow
hacker.
There was a file called read_me_unlock.
Oh, that's too easy.
It was sent to them somehow. And there's a bunch of exclamation points.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to read it exactly how they wrote it, okay? Or the tone based on their capitalizations and whatnot.
Perfect.
Hello, CD Projekt. Your have been epically pwned.
Pwned?
We have dumped full copies of the source code from your Perforce server for Cyberpunk 2077, Witcher 3, Gwent, and the unreleased version of Witcher 3. We have also dumped all of your documents relating to accounting, administration, legal, HR, investor relations, and more.
More?
Also,
there's more.
Also, we have encrypted all of your servers, but we understand that you can most likely recover from backups. If we will not come to an agreement, then your source codes will be sold or leaked online, and your documents will be sent to our contacts in gaming journalism. Image will go down the beep even more.
They wrote
and
beep?
People will see you how beep your company functions. Investors will lose trust in your company, and the stock will lower.
Beep. Oh, shoot. Missed that one.
You have 48 hours to contact us.
All your base hours belong to.
Yeah, that's a very Michael Scott ransom note right there.
It's like typo, the first your typo.
You have one day.
So, and CD Projekt Red posted that ransom note. That's how I got it.
Oh, they did?
They posted it along with their statement saying we will not negotiate with these people. Like this is just,
this is a publicity stunt.
I don't think so because they already looked bad. I don't think so. They already looked bad. Then, okay, so
but if you can play the victim though.
I saw that and I thought that was, an intriguing story to talk about today. Then yesterday, we get an update on the story.
Bum, bum.
What's the update?
There you go. Thank you, Matt. The update was that the source code files have officially been sold on the dark web to an unknown buyer with a purchase price allegedly set at $7 million.
Yeah,
I don't believe that.
Not worth it.
No.
What about it do you not believe? The 7 million, the unknown buyer. What is? There's a lot of
the words in it.
Words.
Well,
that
somebody would pay $7 million for the source code. Why? What do you stand to gain from that?
Well,
I know why. They want to make the game playable on their Nintendo PlayStation.
Maybe it's
I'm here for
Xbox
it.
because
I'm here for
The Witcher 3 you can't play it on Xbox, so maybe Xbox is behind it. Ooh,
I mean, see,
spooky.
that's what I'm saying. I'm going to address the Twitch chat right here. Agent Nomax says, for a game that's almost a decade
It's
old.
not. No, it's not.
The Witcher?
Well,
The Witcher 3 came out
released.
in 2015.
He said almost.
Okay.
You round up, Kate. Come
Yeah.
on.
That's a lot of
once you get
rounding
past
up.
5, you go all the way
A
up.
decade? That's
Even
that's
then,
a lot of rounding
like
up.
that's the kind of game that's been out on several different systems, and that's probably what CD Projekt Red is thinking too. Is like, we've already made a boatload of money off of this game.
They just don't want to engage with it because what kind of precedent does that set for anyone when dealing with cybersecurity hackers, which is going to happen again? They're just the first ones. So that's why
agree with
I
that.
think it's a precedent thing where they're like, well, this sucks. People are going to look at our documents about how we were mean to our employees.
Not again.
Not again.
That I think is the thing. Like that, the image, the PR of it all. I think that's the biggest part of it. People already hate Cyberpunk 2077 because it plays like hot, wet garbage. The Witcher 3, I'm just going to say it again, has made, I think, just all the money. It's made all the money.
Yeah.
People
It
are
has.
still buying that game.
They are.
You can still go out and get it.
'Cause
You
it's
can
very
still get
good.
it off of Steam. You
One
can,
of the best.
off of the Nintendo Switch online store, like all that stuff. You can still get it. The source code's gone. Worst case scenario, somebody else publishes it. Like that's the worst case. It's not like this is the first release of this game. They're like, no, that's our
Not
game.
again.
Market
Always.
share. It's like,
Yeah, and it didn't
we're
say
just going to
anything
swim in our
about
Scrooge McDuck money.
it didn't
while
say
you
anything
go and
about
try to sell the game.
unreleased. Any other unreleased games it didn't mention. And then there was an angle where people are like, well, there's disgruntled employees, like the way the whole Cyberpunk 2077 thing went down. People are like really mad. So it could be them.
Mm-hmm.
And there was another statement saying, no, it's not any disgruntled employees. We already checked
They're
them.
all gruntled.
Yeah.
They're very highly gruntled.
We already checked them.
Aggressively gruntled.
So, and then the
Interesting.
best part about this article at the end, it says CD Projekt Red had no comment when contacted by IGN for a
Like,
statement.
big deal.
Yeah. We're all out to lunch. It's
Yeah,
3:30.
we have
It's
other
been a long
things.
day.
That is a lot of money to buy that for. I guess if you wanted to make a lot of mods, you could
I mean,
do that.
Well, and
too.
here's the thing too is
I don't know.
so when it went to the dark web for the auction,
I thought the dark web was made up.
Yep.
no, it's like legit.
it's
I'm
real
kidding.
and
I
it's
know
coming
it's
for
real.
you. So
I'm
you
just-
better be careful.
What?
What?
That would have been really great if
thought
like
it's for the
somebody
dark
would have
web.
like pressed against the glass behind you, like
So the dark web auction required a like special deposit
Well, yeah, in a safety deposit box. Yeah.
to get
Well,
people, to show that it wasn't a scam,
PayPal.
allegedly, which I don't know how that shows it's not a scam, but whatever. And the bids starting for the source codes at $1 million, going up in increments of 500,000. I don't know.
I'm
It's
trying-
just
How do I get to
if
the
you're
dark web?
if you're a developer, like if you're a legitimate game developer, or you want to get into game development, and you got all of the source code and files and everything for The Witcher 3, which is an awesome engine. It's built really well. I think it's one of the least buggy games that I've played. Not that it's without its bugs, but
next to Fallout New Vegas. Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, right next to it. If you got that and you could start from there, I think that there's a lot. Now I'm starting to see kind of
it's like the potential for using that.
you're
the
not
building
reselling
blocks.
The Witcher. You're going to reskin, add your own quest lines, blah blah blah, all that stuff.
Make a new game using the stuff that they've built already.
Yeah, it's a great baseline. I still though $7 million. I mean, yeah.
You think you can make it back? Maybe.
I don't know, man.
I
Because
kind of
that's
thought
just
it'd
to
be
buy
more.
the code.
Like I thought it might be more.
That's not even to pay the programmers to develop this new hypothetical game and the marketing, and then you have to make that money back on a new IP, which you're not CD Projekt Red, so you've got to market harder.
What do you?
And then here's the deal: when the game releases, this has all come out. You just spent $7 million on it. Somebody looks at it and goes, "That's actually the Witcher 3 code," and then you're outed. So it's like I don't really understand.
Maybe they need
I
like
don't-
a really tricky name for their company. Like instead of CD Projekt Red, they need like MP3 Project Red.
Project Blue.
Blue. Yeah.
wireless.
What
Yeah.
I don't really understand is like exactly what you were saying, Bubba, is like, what is the long-term end goal of this purchase?
Yeah.
And then why would you want to spend all that money to buy the code for Cyberpunk 2077, which has so many issues, is one of the most, dare I say, hated games of the past 6 months?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. Like, if you look at the game itself in its purest form, it's not a bad game. There's a lot of questionable stuff in that game. It's very deep. It plays pretty well at its highest level. They didn't have the time to optimize it. So I don't think anybody would fault CD Projekt Red for making a great world, making it very immersive, and honestly making a good game when all is said and done. They just didn't have the time to put into it to finish it. So if you got that game and you were able to do some reskins, that's a lot of reskinning, by the way. But you're able to do some reskins and, alter some quest lines and stuff like that. Again, you have a good you have a good base to build on. So I don't know though. It still seems like a lot of work to me, like a lot of work.
And for
and
what?
buying it on the dark web.
Maybe they were just so excited about Cyberpunk, and they were just then so disappointed. They're like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna buy this, and I'm gonna make the game better for myself. $7 million worth.
Maybe.
Man, $7 million. It could also.
It's a lot. Like
it could also be a publicity stunt. It really could.
It could, because everybody hates him. So it's like, well, let's help them. Feel sorry for him. Be like, oh.
They could have lost. They could have lost enough money. I'm not saying this happened. They could have lost enough money on the Cyberpunk 2077 debacle that they ransomed themselves, refused to pay, and then sold it on the dark web.
That'll teach them.
I never say never, because there's a lot of plausible theories here, and people.
This is like trying to figure out WandaVision and like what's happening.
Guess we'll see. We'll give it a couple years.
There's a line for everything.
See what shows up. Suddenly, a game out of nowhere.
Yeah, you guys, let us know in the chat what you guys think. I don't know. Do you think that they had some unreleased stuff that leaked, or do you think that like? I don't know. If they leaked HR stuff, maybe that was a bluff.
Yeah, see, and then that was one question I had is, okay, included in the 7 million deal for the source codes, is it also included all the alleged documentation for HR, investors, all that? Because that's kind of a different thing there.
Yeah.
than the source codes, and could have like different motivations with that. I don't know.
If there's a lot of shady stuff going on, don't you think that somebody on the inside could just tell them tell the press how it is? Like, hey, I'm an investor. Here's exactly how it goes down. I used to work for CD Projekt Red. Here's how it went down. That kind of a deal.
Yeah. It seemed like that would be easy.
all this stuff can be validated.
Yeah.
How much were they asking for? How much ransom?
$7 million.
They were asking for $7 million?
Well, it started at $1 million.
It started at $1 million and went up in $500,000 increments. So how many?
You said that. Okay. I thought.
So how many bids is that? How many bids?
No, okay. I'm sorry. Not bids.
No, now I'm curious.
How much were they asking CD Projekt Red to pay to get
14
it back?
bids, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
12 bids?
Didn't say. Okay. A couple.
That's if it went up just exactly by 500,000 each time.
Yeah, it didn't say in the ransom note how much they wanted, so
yeah,
they should have put that in there.
Like $1.
The fact that it was just a text file, I don't know, man. Like I got a lot.
They
of questions
think they have it linked to some.
That's a lazy
group,
ransom note,
but they still don't know, and just
gotta be creative.
Read me unlocked.
I tried.
Your have been epically pwned.
Your have.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Matt was right. This is a 100%. All your base are belong to us.
Yeah. Like,
just why
dictated but not read.
Why didn't you just do a quick proofread?
Siri, take a note.
Well, hey, you know what that does? That doesn't make me confident if they're the ones that are going to be using this code to develop another game. I'm not super confident how it's going to turn out.
Not sure which your to use. Or...
Yeah. They wanted 100 shares of GameStop stock. Yeah, that checks out.
Right now. In unmarked bills.
Right now.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Hey,
So,
good luck to him. Good luck to him. I hope everything works
good
out
luck.
for him.
Good luck to you guys.
To whom?
We don't.
Actually,
I don't know
No,
all of them. It sounds
There's
like a
no
really
like
stupid
tidy,
idea.
neat end of this story. More
Not
just
yet.
like not yet. Maybe there'll be something to talk about next week, but
Let's give him something.
it's more what stuck out to me was more the implications of games industry going forward with this type of thing, which will most assuredly happen again.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
Just release good games. I mean,
Just do it. It's so easy.
keep your player base happy.
put a password on your codes.
Password 123. Yeah, absolutely.
Bubba, come on.
Oh, sorry, that's Matt's password.
That's
It
the
is not
Twitch
my
channel password.
No,
It's
it is
not his password, but it's equally as laughable what Matt's password is.
Oh, I've changed my password.
We'll see.
Some of them.
Kate's used to be Bubba Sucks 123. I'm just gonna put that.
That
out
was
there.
because for some reason you needed to get into my Facebook, which why would
I don't remember. It was important
I
at the
don't
time.
know
though.
why I would ever let that happen, but clearly it was
your
important.
Facebook's on my phone as well. I can't log in anymore, but I have no idea why it is either. I have no idea.
I hate this. I'm so uncomfortable.
Oh, man. Well, hey, seriously, let us know in the chat here on Twitch if you're following us live, twitch.tv/lovethynerd. We're here each and every Friday during the season at 3 p.m. Eastern time doing a free play podcast, and we want to hear from you. We've been talking back and forth, taking a little bit of pointers from the chat and letting them do the Googling for us. But let us know either here or on our Facebook page or in the posts in Discord or just free play on Twitter at free play
Yell it
podcast, wherever
outside.
it is.
Just like smoke signal it. Like just
I'm not
Yeah,
going outside.
it'll
It's
find-
just
it'll find
chilly.
its way.
scream into the ethos. Like we'll hear you.
Oh, ethos. Oh man, I forgot to mention. I'll talk about it in the break. We talk about things in the break on Twitch that you can come and be a part of that aren't in the show.
Absolutely riveting.
But hey, we are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to close out the show. And you don't want to miss it because it'll probably be good, right?
Well, no.
I'm
promises.
sure.
Kate, yeah, Kate gives it 10 out of 10 Kates from the future. Stick right there, and we'll be back with more of the Free Play Podcast.
It's Mo from the Back Row Morning Show, and I've got 5 random facts for you. In earlier episodes of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Will Smith would learn the entire script, which is why sometimes he can be seen mouthing other actors' lines. The unicorn is the national animal of Scotland. It was apparently chosen because of its connection with dominance and chivalry, as well as purity and innocence in Celtic mythology. Venus is the only planet to spin clockwise. It travels around the sun once every 225 Earth days, but it rotates clockwise once every 243 days. In the famous poppy field scene in Wizard of Oz, the snow coming down is calming to Dorothy and her posse, but they should probably have been far less relaxed as they were actually being rained with asbestos-based snowflakes, which was actually a popular Christmas decor for families in the US and Europe during that time. And lastly, the wonderfully named Soda Popinski from Mike Tyson's Punch-Out originally boxed under the guise Vodka Drunkinski in the arcade game Super Punch-Out. For more fun facts and hilarious nonsense, tune in to the Back Row Morning Show Monday through Thursday at 7 a.m. and again at 9 a.m. Central here on LTN Radio.
What's up, nerds? Welcome back to the Free Play Podcast. We're going to close the show out here.
Aww.
And, aw, it's so
Not again.
to say goodbye. Hey, so we love doing this. We absolutely love doing free play. I was telling my wife just the other day, I have so much stuff going on. Like my schedule only gets harder and more like compact.
Full. Yeah.
Full is the word I was looking for. See, I don't have time to think of the words.
I got you.
Thesaurus.com.
Things will stack in my life, and I just keep adding more and more and more things to it. This is a thing that I don't want to let go of.
Oh, that's
and
good.
I'm glad that you guys also appreciate this, and that you like hearing Matt and Kate and I just talk about things that are important to us. This is probably one of the like least informative shows
What?
on the internet.
What are you talking
Because-
about? We just
Oh, come on. No, not like that. I mean, we're not
That's
talking
not
about
true.
like news. We're not
Yes,
giving
we
you
are.
like hard-hitting. We're just talking about things that are fun to
Just
us.
the facts, man.
And we appreciate
Bum,
that
bum.
you want to hang out and be a part of that. So, as previously stated, we actually talked about this during one of the breaks. We have sub-only chat on during this show for the whole thing, during Free Play Podcast at 3 p.m. Eastern on Fridays. So, if you want to be a part of the conversation, you got to subscribe. And if you hang out long enough, like there are a lot of people that gift subs and all sorts of stuff. So you may not even have to use your money, but that sub will run out. It absolutely will run out
It
1
happens.
month from the moment that you get it.
as those
Yeah.
things do, don't
So
they?
I would encourage you to sub, like to hit that sub button, get it on your credit card or your PayPal or however it is
Put
to
it
do
on
an
Matt's.
automatic monthly thing. You're going to get dope emotes. You're going to be a part of all the stuff that we do. Matt, we do sub-only giveaways a lot. We do sub-only giveaways.
We do.
And we also do regular giveaways all the time. And if you are a subby, you're twice as likely to win any of the giveaways that we do here on Twitch. So we want to give back to you guys. We want to say thank you for believing in us. I have Bloodborne, the board game, sitting just to my left. Most of it, not all of it, that we're going to be doing as a giveaway probably in March. I think, Matt, we kind of talked a little bit about that coinciding with the arcade and all the stuff that's going on with that.
Well, March is coming
It's
quickly.
madness. It's a madness.
So
Any day now.
please consider subbing. And if you want to become like more involved and become a bigger financial partner, you can go to lovethynerd.com/partner and join us there. So any way that you do that, or if you just want to hang out, that's fine too. You're more than welcome to just come and chill. This is the only sub chat that we do, but I just told you there are several other benefits to being a subby here on LTM. And thank you for those of you that are. And if you're not, hey, enjoy the spoils of war that other people have given towards. Hey, Kate, is there anything else that you wanted to talk about? Kate's our wonderful producer here of
thanks,
Free Play
Kate.
Podcast. So if you love Free Play, it's her fault. If you hate it, it's also her fault.
If you hate it, please email
I
me
hate
at
it.
Bubba.
Yeah,
at
get bent at
lovethynerd.com.
lovethynerd.com. I
That's
think
the
that
place.
actually goes to Matt.
What?
Get bent at lovethynerd.
It does
Someone
not.
email it and test
I think
it.
it might. Yeah,
Test it
somebody
and see
send
if
that.
it
Somebody send
goes
an email to
Matt.
getbent at lovethynerd.com.
Get out of here.
I'm just gonna double check.
And while you're doing that, do we have anything else, Matt, to outro this? Do you have any more tales you'd like to tell?
No,
or-
I feel pretty good. I'm really hungry. My coffee's gone,
Oh.
so I feel like this is a good.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's a good time, you know.
Is that a guitar behind you? I didn't know you played guitar.
I don't really.
It's actually a
Oh.
keytar. Yeah.
I can,
It's a
I
keytar.
can
That's much more
play
fitting, isn't it?
Barely any. It's actually for Avon. It's for him to learn. So
Good.
Is-
It
yeah.
builds
Is he
character. Playing guitar builds character.
it really does. Bubba, what's the verdict here?
I'm in your user information.
Email
here.
sent.
Let's see.
Okay. Email sent.
Email sent. We'll
Thank
find
you
out.
very much.
And if that is true, that will be the official free play email.
I did not get an email. Let me refresh.
Riveting.
Oh, I don't know. That's it.
Absolutely.
Nothing.
Now try it.
Oh my
No,
gosh.
Bubba.
Get out of here.
Now try.
Well,
Not
Good news,
fair.
Matt. You can also send email as getbent.
I will.
Lovethynerd.com.
Absolutely, I will. I really, really hope that I don't accidentally send that one to somebody.
yeah, to your real
Oh.
your real job.
No, that's a different email.
I hope that you do.
Thank
I
you.
hope that you do.
Well,
Well,
Try it again. It does work. It's a real thing.
well, that's it for the free play podcast. Thank
Yep.
you, all Canadians who are watching. I know there are some. I just want to say thank you.
At least one, yeah.
At least one. That's all I have to say.
okay. Well,
Okay.
That's it. Wrap it up.
That's going to do it for episode 114 of the Free Play Podcast. We are in season 4. Don't want to brag or anything, but might as well flex. Yep, there you
It
go.
worked.
Matt got an email.
It worked.
Be sure to check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, YouTube, radio.com, ltnonair.com. We's got us a radio station. On the Live 365 app, you can search LTN Radio. Get in on there. And you can also find us on lovethynerd.com/freeplay. and that'll take you to the latest episode, and you can subscribe from there on whatever your podcast platform of choice is. If you're not already a part of our Love Thy Nerd Facebook group, just do it. I mean, every week, I don't know what else to say, just do it. And more than that, better than that, higher than that in the social food chain, join the Discord server, lovethynerd.com/Discord, !Discord here in the Twitch chat. If you're watching us over there, you want to be a part of that. I'm telling you that you do. There's so many better ways to have conversations on Discord than there are on Facebook. Any issue you've had with how we've been modding things are fixed in Discord because it's just built better. It's built Ford tough. So make sure you do that. You can also follow us, Love Thy Nerd, on all major platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Love Thy Nerd. And be sure to follow us, the Free Play Podcast, on Twitter as well, at Free Play Podcast.
Definitely follow.
Yeah,
us.
for sure do it.
Just trust me. I'm going to post some clips.
Fire.
I'm stepping it up, and I have all the content on my phone. Ready?
Yeah. At the very least, it's a lateral move. So
yes, definitely.
Well, once again, I'm Bubba Stallcup.
I'm Matt Warmbier.
I'm Kate Katawaki, and I just want to say also, shout out to all the Filipinos watching, in addition to the Canadians. I'm really, really stoked. See you soon.
Yeah, long-time listener, first-time caller. And for our cut man, Jonathan Clausen, we'll catch you next week. And remember, if no one else tells you this, I promise it's true. Jesus loves you, nerd.
You have been listening to the Free Play Podcast with Bubba Stallcup, Matt Warmbier, and Kate Katawaki, part of the Love Thy Nerd Podcast Network. Be sure to rate and review the show and share on all the social media.
Nah, we're starting that over.